Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Body and Soul Expo podcast. I am your host, Bruce Starr, and together with my wife, Lauren, we have created our inaugural large-scale health and wellness event called the Body and Soul Expo here in North Palm Beach County. Our Body and Soul Expo is a culmination of Lauren's nearly 30 years in the health and wellness space, alongside my extensive entertainment industry experience, including radio, television, and podcasts. This event is perfectly timed for North Palm Beach County, providing a unique opportunity to discover and engage with the area's most knowledgeable and gifted healers. Join us to explore holistic paths to enhancing well-being and living a more fulfilled life. Join us on Sunday, October 26th at the beautiful Palm Beach Gardens Marriott to explore holistic paths to enhancing well-being and living a more fulfilled life. The expo will include interactive experiences, cash and carry options, readings, and much more. It's going to be an incredible event, and we expect to have more than 60 vendors, many of whom will be speakers. So please go to our Body and Soul Facebook page for the latest updates and information and exciting news and announcements, and certainly visit our Body and soulexpo.org website and spend some time there. There's a lot of information about the expo, and today we have another one of our many Body and Soul podcasts that showcases the talents and experiences and knowledge of the wonderful vendors and speakers who will be appearing at the expo. And today our guest is a newer friend of ours. Melissa Corichi is in the health insurance industry, and I'm going to bring her in right now and have her tell you more about what she does and how she does it. So welcome to the show, Melissa. It's good to have you here.
Thanks for having me, Bruce.
Tell me a little bit about what you do and how you do it.
So I'm a licensed independent insurance broker, which means I don't work for any agency or any insurance company. I sell all kinds of different insurance coverages for all kinds of different people. But what I specialize in is healthcare coverage for seniors. So when you turn 65, you qualify for a program called Medicare. And Medicare is a federal program that you sometimes get automatically enrolled into and then need additional health insurance coverage to kind of fill in the gaps that aren't picked up by Medicare. And that's where someone like me comes in. Now, there are two different programs for Medicare coverage for senior citizens, Medicare Advantage and Medicare Supplement. And in the health industry, those work very, very, very differently. So I mostly educate people on how those two programs work and help them determine whether or not which program is the right one for them.
So you were very helpful to us. We met you a few months ago, and you were just someone who wanted to help and wanted to explain things to us. And that's kind of why I want you to be part of the expo, because if a lot of people that are going to be there might be like us who don't know a lot about insurance. We know you have to have it. You know it's out there, but we don't really understand it much. So if you don't mind, can you explain a little more detail what, we could start with retired folks. What is offered to them and what's the best way for us to take advantage of what is being offered?
So for those retired folks who have aged into Medicare, there are supplements and there are Advantage plans available. And they both come with a different set of coverages and benefits. The Advantage program is wildly popular, especially in South Florida, and it has all kinds of value-added benefits, which include things like alternative medicine sometimes. It includes things like bill assistance sometimes. It has quite a few really good benefits for seniors that can make a difference in their day-to-day lives that you don't necessarily associate with health insurance. And I like pointing those out to people and helping people determine which ones are the best ones for them so we can find the right plan and they can access the right kinds of providers, healthcare services, and benefits that are going to work best for them.
So I think when we watch television, and right now especially, every other commercial is telling seniors to get this $900 card and get this card and get that card. And I have a feeling that there's a lot more to it than that, because the first thing you have to do when you call that number, you end up calling an insurance agent who's getting your information, getting your, everything about you, and then you're going to be on a list forever. Could you sort of straighten that out in people's minds, what that's about?
Yeah, so when you call one of those phone numbers, you're calling a salesperson, whether it's from an insurance company or from an insurance agency, but you're reaching out to somebody who needs to sell you something in order to make money. So they don't always have the best intentions and they're not always going to guide you in the right direction. They're sometimes going to just try to manipulate you to get a sale out of you. I don't like to work that way. I have a conscience and I like helping people. So I tend to focus more on education, teaching people how Medicare works, teaching people what the benefits in their Medicare Advantage plan are, how to use those benefits, and being available year round to help them access things like that. I like to tell people when I meet them and start working with them, I'm not just your insurance agent today, I'm your insurance agent all year. If you have problems or questions or concerns, reach out to me. Don't call those 800 numbers. Don't call the insurance company. Call somebody who has you and your back in mind. Uh, of course, I do make money if I sell you something, and that's my ultimate goal. But I'm not going to force you into something that doesn't work for you. If you're in the best plan for yourself already, I'm going to let you know that. If there's something better for you available, I'm going to let you know that too. So the Medicare Advantage program has a lot of what they call value added benefits. And that benefit is available to certain people who qualify for both Medicare and Medicaid. And in that program, you get all sorts of extra assistance with things like bills or groceries or over-the-counter items. And I know all the carriers and the plans that fall into that category that they offer. So kind of showing you what benefits you might have available to you already and comparing them to benefits that are available in other plans are one of my favorite things to do when I meet new people.
And you were there for us. Uh, every time we called, every time we needed to understand something, you were there for us. And believe me, we very much appreciated it, even if it didn't end up benefiting you in some way. You never complained, and you're always glad to be there. And so, before we go, can you explain Medicare and Medicaid and who needs what and how and what does that have to do with anything?
So it gets really confusing. Medicare, Medicaid, they sound very similar, but they're two different programs for two different kinds of people. And sometimes you can be in both. Medicare is for people who are 65 and older or are disabled and have qualified for Medicare earlier due to their disability. And this is a federal program that has 2 to 4 parts, depending on how you break it down, that cover your hospital and medical expenses. Now, Medicaid is usually a federal and state program. They work together to provide healthcare coverage for people who might need some financial assistance. And there are all kinds of qualifying events that could happen to somebody that would make them qualify for Medicaid coverage, either temporarily or in the long term. So when you retire and go on a fixed income, a lot of times what you used to make isn't what you continue to make once you're on Social Security. And helping these seniors realize that they might qualify for both programs and get a ton of value added benefits as a result of it is a very rewarding experience for me.
And one of the benefits to being on those programs is so many are on Social Security, but for some reason, which I've really had a tough time with, they'll take quite a chunk out of your Social Security to pay for Medicare, Medicaid, and that doesn't necessarily have to happen, does it?
No, it doesn't. So Medicare is not free. A lot of people think it is, and that's a very common misconception. Medicare Part A is free, but that's just hospital coverage. Medicare Part B, your actual doctor services and appointments, that is only covered at 80%. And they charge you $185 a month, if not more, for that coverage. I sell a lot of plans that might cover that $185 a month or give you some sort of rebate on that $185 a month. Because again, once you're living on a fixed income, budget is very important to seniors, and helping them set one and stick to it is a priority for me.
Well, I have to say, you're about the most unique looking insurance lady I've come across in maybe ever. And I think it's wonderful. Before we go, tell us how people can get in touch with you. And of course, they're going to see you and meet you at the Body and Soul Expo in October.
So I'm very available by phone or email. You can call me at 561-287-0406. Texting is also welcome. Or you can go to my website or Facebook page. Just Google my name, Melissa, Melissa, Corichi, C as in Charlie, Oric as in Charlie, Hi. And my website comes right up. You can book an appointment with me through my website, shoot me a message, or just do a little snooping and get to know me better.
Excellent. I'm so glad I had you on here today because I know you've been so helpful to me, and now you're going to be able to assist and help others who are also mystified by insurance out there in the world. Melissa, thank you so much for being on the Body and Soul Expo podcast. And again, we'll speak to you soon, and for sure we'll see you sometime in the next few months for sure. Thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me, Bruce.
God bless. See everybody again soon. Bye-bye, everybody.